Let's talk about foam. When we think about foam and what it's used for, we think about building insulation, making boats float, and in your household, you're probably used to a foam sponge that you use for doing dishes. Throughout the years, it's also been used for building construction for insulation and lightweight panels. Traditionally, it's been used inside of buildings and attics for insulation. And for that, it works great. And then in the 1970s, roofers in warm desert-like climates decided to put foam on roofs, and they sold it as the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it goes something like this: don't you want a roof that has insulation value? Of course you do. It's sold as the greatest thing known to man, but like most things, they leave out all of the negative. If you've ever experienced foam on a roof, you only know it as one thing. It's a cancer and a nightmare. The only protection is a thin layer of paint. The sun eats it away, birds peck holes in it, and it's near impossible to control during installation. They say that it's perpetually restorable, as long as you do your part ensuring that the paint coating is upkept and that you spend money year after year repainting the roof every 4 years. And that sounds like a nightmare. They claim that if you keep spending your money over and over again, it's gonna last for a lifetime. And that's the biggest lie that I've ever heard. Every foam roof that we've ever looked at over the past 30 years has been an absolute nightmare. In fact, if you have them, then you know. If you don't, we encourage you to ask as many people as you can that have foam roofs and ask them what their thoughts are. Don't ask the installers and the manufacturers, but ask actual building owners, and what they're gonna tell you, that's one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made in trying to make an investment into their building. From the very get-go, the nature of foam is problematic. Mixing two parts together, A and a B, at the exact same rate, and having a product that has an unknown expansion is impossible to get flat, and God forbid the applicator sweats during installation, and then you have sweat blisters. The surface also must be 100% dry to install foam correctly. And when was the last time that we had a climate where it had 0% humidity, 0 dew point, and no precipitation in the forecast? That doesn't exist in a Western climate. Only in controlled environments, like the inside of a building, do these conditions exist. Installers and manufacturers will tell you that they can control these variables, but that's a lie and a fallacy. Blisters, peeling coating, birds pecking holes, and damage from foot traffic make dealing with foam an absolute nightmare. Not to mention that once foam gets wet, it becomes a soggy and smelly mess, and in most cases, it has to be torn off and you have to start over again with a real roof system. And in most cases, when foam gets wet, there's nothing you can do. But don't take our word for it. Talk to the people that have foam roofs, and they will tell you to never buy one. Foam roofs are a maintenance nightmare. In fact, you're gonna have to be spending your time, your money, your energy, and your frustration perpetually for the life of your building. Luckily for foam, there's a permanent solution, but can only be installed in perfect conditions, and the only option is to install WeatherWeld, which makes the existing foam roof one seamless piece. And because WeatherWeld is the strongest roof on the market, once it's finished, you could drive a truck on it, beat it with a hammer, and shoot fire at it. But the application window is limited, and it can only be installed on certain foam roofs, meaning the foam has to be structurally sound and have zero moisture. And that's the only way to make your foam roof nightmares go away and eliminate those. The only other option is to tear the roof off, start over again with a real roof system with either a built-up roof or WeatherWeld. And that's the only way to get a roof that's designed to last for a lifetime, so that you could stop the insanity of spending money year after year on maintenance and dealing with all the hassles and the headaches in the meantime. WeatherWeld exists to eliminate the roof leaks on your buildings for a lifetime, the first time, requiring no maintenance so that you don't have the headaches or the hassles. WeatherWeld is a simple way for you to manage your buildings for a lifetime.